don't know if I ever made an active choice to become a teacher. Like there was one moment, but my parents are both teachers, so it sort of comes naturally. My dad was my teacher in middle school, and I always knew that it seemed like a really fulfilling and interesting job. So it was the first thing I tried out of college, thinking that maybe I'd only do it for a few years. Found it so interesting and never boring and fulfilling that I wanted to keep doing it. I loved English as a student. I continue to love it. I think it's so incredibly fun and powerful to teach storytelling, media, and I think the skills of English, like close reading, are applicable way beyond just like a text. But middle school is an awkward time. I just remember feeling self-conscious, but I was pretty athletic. I played sports, and that was a big part of my identity at the time. I started my teaching career in Los Angeles, teaching at a big public school. 2006, 2007, the moment that was like the funniest or the craziest in a class. It wasn't particularly funny for me, and so the technology in the classrooms was still these like overhead projectors, but they're these big pieces of glass that you put like a transparent sheet on, and then it's a way to project it. And I like had the overhead projector by me, and I was saying something to the student, slammed my hand on the projector for emphasis, and it was glass, so it shattered. And I pulled my hand up, I was bleeding, it was like a mess. I can laugh about it now. At the time, I did not think it was very funny. Hobbies outside of school, they've shifted since I have a 15-month-old at home, so less time for hobbies, so I really have to prioritize. Exercise is a big one. I absolutely love to run. I love to watch movies, and then spending time with my dog outside, my wife, my dog, my baby, just like getting outside even in the winter. I got into juggling. It connects back to my middle school, had like a part of their theater program was circus. So I got really into juggling. Diablo, something called like the rolling globe, these big balls you jump on. If you could pass a test and you could do 100 consecutive throws with clubs, those that sort of look like bowling pins, then every Friday you could juggle fire clubs. If I could give a piece of advice to middle schoolers, I think it would be that other people, like your peers, your teammates, they're not actually thinking about you as much as you might think they are. And I don't mean that in a negative way. They're not actually thinking about you, and can sort of realize that it actually opens you up to like be yourself, not worry too much about how you're being perceived.